Before we start talking about goals, schedules, or routines, let me ask you a question. Are you serious about this year, or are you just saying you are? Because saying it won't shift you. Deciding it will. You can't just hope this is your year. You've got to grab it by the collar and say, "This is my year, and I'm not letting it pass like the last one." That's the fire this video is built on. No more waiting. No more wandering. No more watching your own life from the sidelines. If you're still breathing, still waking up, still walking, you still have time to make this your year. But only if you stop playing with it. This is for the one who's tired of watching the clock tick while nothing changes. This is for the one who said next year too many times and finally realized you don't get next year until you do something with this one. This is for the person who's tired of running in circles. You've made vision boards. You've listened to podcasts. You've even prayed. But deep down, you're wondering, why does it still feel like I'm stuck in the same place? Let me tell you something real. You can't afford to waste this year. You can't afford to be halfway in, halfway out. You can't afford to keep starting over because you won't stay consistent. This isn't about hype. This is about alignment, ownership, and urgency. It's time to stop hoping it'll be your year and start deciding it will be. Let's be honest, it's not just busyness that keeps us from making the year count. It's numbness. You get so used to surviving that you stop living. You get so comfortable drifting that you stop directing. The problem is never the lack of time. It's the lack of intention. You've got the hours. You've got the ideas. You've even got the heart. But you're reacting instead of leading. And here's the hard truth. If you don't take ownership of this year, someone else will. Your time will be eaten up by other people's priorities. Your energy will be drained by distractions. Your attention will be hijacked by things that don't align with your assignment. You don't need more motivation. You need a mindset shift. You've got to stop renting your life and start owning it. Here's what I need you to hear today. It's not too late. Even if you've wasted weeks, messed up, started and stopped, you can still flip the year. The calendar doesn't determine breakthrough. Your choices do. You can realign. You can reset your habits. You can establish new standards. You can still become the person God called you to be this year. Not eventually now. But you've got to stop waiting for perfect conditions. There is no right time. There is no when I feel ready. There is only right now. And what you do with now determines the next 12 months of your life. When you stop drifting and start deciding, everything changes. You walk differently. You speak with clarity. You say no to what drains and yes to what builds. You stop explaining yourself to people who don't get it. You stop apologizing for having the standards. When you make the year count, you don't just make progress. You build momentum. You start stacking wins. You start feeling joy in the morning again. You start seeing God's fingerprints on your process. And by the time December hits, you don't say, "Where did the year go?" You say, "Look what we built. Look what God did." You might be asking right now, "But where do I start? What do I need to shift? How do I stay consistent? What if I've failed before?" Don't worry. We're about to break it down piece by piece. This isn't about hype. This is about structure, strategy, spirit, systems. Let's dive in. Here's what nobody tells you when they say, "This is your year." The year doesn't change anything. You do. A new year doesn't automatically mean a new you. A calendar flip doesn't cancel habits. A vision board doesn't build your vision. Only decisions do that. Let me ask you something. If someone documented your life right now, your habits, your choices, your schedule, would there be evidence that this is your year? If not, that doesn't mean you failed. It just means it's time to change how you show up. No more hoping for growth. It's time to lead your life like it matters, because it does. Let's get crystal clear. Everything starts with one decision. I refuse to waste this year. That's it. That's the turning point. When you draw the line and say, "I don't care how I started, I'm not finishing the same," you put your foot on the gas. And here's what happens when you truly decide. You stop negotiating with old habits. You stop waiting for outside validation. You stop entertaining half-hearted commitment. You stop rescheduling your growth. You become dangerous. Why? Because a person who has decided can't be distracted. Here's where we get practical. Big declarations mean nothing without small systems. If you want this to be your year, you need to create a life that aligns with your future, not your past. That starts with your daily structure. Let's break it down. 1 morning alignment, spiritual plus strategic. Don't start your day scrolling. Start it surrendered. Pray, reflect, speak life, write vision. Command the day before it commands you. Win the morning, and you'll start winning your momentum. 2, block distraction. Set hard boundaries. Protect your focus like your life depends on it, because your future does. Remove apps, use timers, tell people you're unavailable. Not because you're rude, but because you're committed. 3, schedule purposeful work. What's the one thing today that moves your calling forward? Do that first. Even if it's 30 minutes. Do something that feeds your purpose, not just your task list. 4, evening review plus reset. Before bed, ask, did I lead or follow today? Did I show up as who I said I'd be? What gets better tomorrow? You don't need perfection. You need consistency. Consistency compounds. You can't make the year count if you keep letting everybody and everything pull you off track. The world is loud. Your phone is loud. People with no vision are loud. But clarity doesn't shout, it whispers. If you're always available to everyone, you're never fully available to your purpose. But they might get mad if I say no. Let them. You're not living for approval anymore. You're living for alignment. You've got dreams that require silence. Assignments that require solitude. Healing that requires sacred space. If you're going to make this your year, you've got to protect your boundaries like your destiny depends on it, because it does. Some distractions don't look like problems, they look like opportunities. That random event that wasn't on your calendar. That conversation that drained you. That side project that isn't aligned. That scrolling that feels productive but leads nowhere. You didn't come this far to chase everything. You came to build something specific. Ask yourself daily, is this building the life I said I wanted? If the answer is no, don't give it your time. Let's be clear, this isn't just your year. It's God's year through you. Your gifts weren't given so you could survive. They were given so you could serve. Your story wasn't spared so you could coast. It was spared so you could lead. When you say, "This is my year," it's not about self-glory, it's about divine alignment. It means you'll stop burying your talent. You'll stop waiting to be ready. You'll start walking like someone sent on purpose. The year becomes sacred when you submit it to God. Not just in prayer, but in how you show up. Your work is your worship. Your discipline is your devotion. Your habits are your altar. Let's pause right here. If you've been coasting, if you've been hiding behind perfectionism, if you've been starting strong but finishing weak, today is the day you draw the line. I'm not letting another year pass without purpose. I'm done with the back and forth. I don't need more motivation. I need to move. Drop this in the comments. This is my year, and I'm making it count. Not because it's catchy, but because you're done playing small. If this is hitting home, hit like, hit subscribe. Not for numbers, but because you're committed to this journey. And somebody in your circle needs this fire too. Share it. Let me say it plainly. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are not disqualified. You are not broken beyond repair. But you are under-challenged. You've got more in you than what you've been producing. You've got more potential than what your routine reflects. You've got more depth than what you're showing the world. And no, it's not about hustle culture. It's about heaven's assignment on your life. This year doesn't just need more effort. It needs more alignment. When your habits align with your identity, you start living free. You don't need a viral moment. You don't need a breakthrough in January. You don't need overnight success. You need brick-by-brick consistency. Every day you show up is a seed. Every no to distraction is a yes to legacy. Every time you silence your doubt, you get one step closer to clarity. The life you want is built in secret before it's ever seen in public. So stop comparing. Stop rushing. Start building. Let's bring it all the way home. You were breathed into existence by the same God who spoke galaxies into motion. Do you really think you were created to just get by? No. You were made for movement, for light, for strength, for calling. You're not here to watch the year go by. You're here to write it with your actions. So now it's on you. Not your job. Not your boss. Not your followers. Not your parents. Not your situation. You. Are you going to finish this year with regret or with results? Are you going to keep resetting, or are you finally going to recommit? Are you going to let fear dictate your steps, or are you going to walk by faith? This is your year, if you decide it is. Let's go make it count.